I am an embattled state employee. Right now, the public sector employee, is the butt of budget ramifications due to fiscal malfeasance on the part of banks and corporations and their political benefactors. And I'm here to set the record straight. Because everyone's focusing on pension plans and overpaid state workers, which is a complete falsehood. If you do join the state, you know you're going to get paid less than the private sector. But the beautiful thing about working for the state is that your mission is clear, which is to work for the public good. And though you may not be making as much as your private sector predecessor or peer, your job probably is a bit more stable. Just can't fire you willy-nilly. You're in a union, which is a good thing. It provides all sorts of protections, health and safety, wages, sexual harassment, you name it. It provides a very significant role in the workplace. So that's why people can become public sector employees, like myself. And to be blamed for this crisis is just, it's ludicrous. And you got all these ignorant Tea Partiers out there and the media whipping everyone up, when in actuality, it's corporations. And they've been making record profits for record amount of decades. Seriously. Forbes and Fortune magazine talk about just the glowing, the sparkling amount of profits that corporations rake in. And lately, there's a lot of corporations that are just using all the benefits of our system and then shipping their operations abroad. That should be against the law. That hurts the United States economic and national security. So I would like to talk about corporate fraud and how you and I are getting screwed, and the magician comes along and says, it's not really there. It's the public sector employees. There's so much talk about them. So let's talk about, say, the final four. The final frauding four. Number one, Google. We all use Google, and yes, they should make a profit, but should they make tens of billions of dollars in profit and then run their money through this thing's called a double Irish defense? So what Google does is they run their money through banks in Ireland and Netherlands and then to Bermuda. So this financial shell game that Google plays and basically ripping off the citizens of the United States of profit earned on our backs using our infrastructure. Google just runs the double Irish defense. It's pretty smooth. Okay, number one. Number two, General Electric. From the people that brought light and lots of collapsing and failing nuclear power plants. Thanks, GE. Nuclear bombs. They're a maker of weapons of mass destruction. It's also convenient that they owned NBC, so they can spew their pro-military propaganda as jets are taking off in Arabia with General Electric engines. And so what did they do? General Electric, they took 94 billion of their dollars, 94 billion, and they invested it outside of the United States. We're going outside. Go to Sri Lanka, India, China. $94 billion. And they are not bringing it back. They said so in their own documentation. So General Electric. Then we have Nice corporate banking criminal, Citigroup, Citibank. I remember Citigroup from a while back when they got this executive from Banamex to sit on their board. I'm like, this guy from Banamex. Well, Banamex was basically a drug laundering bank. And so, of course, they need someone who, is familiar with ways of money laundering, because that's a big trade. Got to cover all your bases. So, Citigroup, they're the masters of tax haven subsidies. So they found out 427 tax haven subsidies. Fourth in the final frauding four, is Bank of America. They got bailed out. I'd like to always remind everyone, it's not the Bank of America that originally is Bank of Italy. Actually started over here in San Rafael, like this really old building, and it's like First Bank of America or second or something. Bank of Italy. Was it associated with La Cosa Nostra way back in the day? I don't know. But they got $45 billion in bailout because risky loans, dumbasses, making money hand over fist off charging us credit card fees and interest when they were leveraged to the max, and then you and I bailed them out. They wouldn't bail us out. We would just get screwed. Foreclosed, Chapter 11, whatever it might be. But they get bailed out. And then right after that, they made $4.4 billion in pre-tax income. And how much did they pay of that in taxes? None. They got $1.9 billion back from you and I. Just for the pleasure of bailing them out, I guess. We're just nice guys, or they have very smart accountants. So who's the winner of the final frauding four? Well, I think that prize goes to General Electric, because this is a huge company that should be helping out America, because you know what? America helped out General Electric with huge government contracts for years and years and years, and still continues to benefit from everything that the structure of the United States has to offer. And they have $77 billion just in reserves. We're just going to put it in our back pocket. While people are being foreclosed upon and cities are laying off all their workers, well, they're just going to sit on their pot of gold. So General Electric, winner of the final frauding four.